Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Welcome back to the Finca.
Welcome back. We're Sharon and Andy, as you probably know if you've seen us before. We're restoring our 150-year-old derelict Finca. At the moment we're working on the old hay loft, which we're turning into a little tiny apartment for us to live in, a one-bedroom independent apartment. Then we can carry on with the rest of the place. We've been working on the hallway and the kitchen recently, and we're just going to carry on with the same, more of the same. Yep.
Plus all the other things we have to do, part of Finca life. Had a busy morning already, fed all the animals and walked the dogs and mucked out Donkey and Goatee and collected firewood for tonight's fire, so busy life.
Speaking of fire, the flue saga, it's working brilliantly. It's got a tiny leak on it, so we'll have a look at that in a little bit. So at the end of the last video, you remember I splashed this wall outside when I did the floor. It's actually wiped off with the damp cloth, the flooring compound, so we don't need to paint it yet anyway, so that's happy. I've cut the architraving for around this door. I just need to cut the architraving now to go around the bedroom door, which is here. Then get it fitted and perhaps look at skirting boards and other bits of joinery trimmings in here. So I'll go and get these cut for the bedroom door. Right, okay. So we've hit the first problem already. That didn't take long, did it? With this in place, this beam here sticks out about 10 millimeters. So I probably need to take off, mark it and just take off the back of it there. You can't see that, can you? Just take a bit off the back of it there, for it to sit round, to notch it round that beam. That's going to be fun. So yeah, I'll get me pen and mark it. Don't know how we're going to do this. Probably on the table saw. We'll have a go. So what I've done, same as before, I've just clamped it in place. I've cut the top so I know that's going to be right, and then I'm just going to mark these so I can get the bit I need to cut out, and I can set the depth on my saw so I can run the blade across it and only go in the depth that I want to take off, so that might not be too bad. And then so what I'll do, I'll run the normal saw across it on the line that I want, and then use the table saw to just take it off that way, if that makes sense. Right, I'll get them marked up then and go and see if I can cut them. Right, so there it is. What I did, I just ran the table saw across, the cut-off saw across there, and then ran it down through the table saw that way to take out the piece. So I've got my nice rebated bit there, if you can see that. I'm just going to try them now, see if they fit. Yeah, absolutely perfect. That works. We've got a result there. Right, I'll get the compressor fired up to get the nail gun to get them in place. Oh, excellent. Right, so they're in. Just fixing the last piece now. One more in the bottom for good luck. Lovely, that tidies it up a lot, doesn't it? Again, different shades, it will all go the same colour in, I don't know, 2 or 3 months or something like that. Everything else was always different colours when I first did it, now that you can't tell. So, right, I think we'll have a look at these skirting boards next. So for the skirting boards, want to go in along that bit there. One you can probably just see, little tiny one in between the 2 doors, and then I need a strip for under the front of this doorway here. This angle, of course, give me grief because it's that 17 degrees again, so I need to cut the end of that board at a slight angle as well. So I'll go and get it cut and see what we can do with that. So the skirting boards are in, that one there, and that little piece that's in the corner there. I just need to do some trim under the doors down. Yeah, it's going to be a bit fiddly, but it's got to be done. So yeah, nearly there. And then I need to think about just a trim on the ceiling up there where my dodgy plastering is, just to neaten that up a bit. But I'll get these doors finished off first. So the one under that door is pretty straightforward. This one's more complicated because the mat's going to be coming up to it, but because it's going to be a gap between the two architraving, which is why I needed to put a piece in. So I've made this piece. It's got 45-degree corners on it to put up to the architraving and a nice curved top, and it should fit now. So there we go. How's that? Blooming lovely. Right, I'll get that fixed in. Then there's just the top to do. Can you see that actually with my leg in the way? There it is. Finishes it all off nicely. Right, I'll get it fixed. So there's the end result, without me obscuring the view. I'm really happy with it. As I say, although the wood is different shades, in time it will all go exactly the same. Won't take that long. So that's fantastic. Just that ceiling now. What I need to do with this is just put a trim along this edge. When I did the roof, the ceiling, I just left a gap at there because you're supposed to leave a little gap anyway. And I was thinking that when I plastered it, when I skimmed it, I'd be able to get right up as I did in the bathroom. But it didn't work. So I've got a bit of a gap in places. I just need to find something to do with that, but I don't know not sure what I'm going to do yet. I'm only doing this one house. The rest of it is absolutely fine, because when Sharon did the pointing on this side, she was able to match up to it. That side I managed to plaster it without getting it on the boards, and there was no gap. So yeah, I'm going to have a think about what I can make. The problem I've got, all my floorboard offcuts that I've been using for all these, they're only 2 meters long, and this is just over 2 meters, and I don't really want to put a joint in something. So I'm going to have a look, see what I can find. So all I could find is this. It's what we use in the bathroom actually. I've cut it to length with the obligatory 17-degree angle on that side for that corner, and I'm going to pop it in place. It's a job for the little nail of this one because it's only thin, so I'll see if I can get it up. There we go, that finishes that off nicely. Doesn't look too bad actually. All in all, yes, good work. Very pleased with that. And our entrance hallway is just about finished. It just needs the mat. Yeah, the last thing we've got to do to it is get the mat fitted, and then get this stone. We'll drop the mat in place, and then get this stone finished off. And when the other mat comes as well, I can then measure for my step that I'm going to put in here. In the meantime, we've still got plenty to be getting on with. So the flue, this contraption has been working brilliantly. This goes on the bottom of the pipe, and all the water that comes down drains down here and down there and into a catch thing. I'll just put this down. This is how much liquid we've collected in the last 6 days. It's a staggering amount. So what I'm going to do, that actually leaks a little bit on the bend. It's the joint where I put the cap on. The stuff I used wasn't the right stuff. It's not watertight. It's slightly weeping, and putting a black tiny drippy on the floor, which we don't want. So what I'm going to do, I've got a replacement one. I'm going to put this end cap on there, and I'm going to solder it, braise it all the way around so it can't leak. I'm going to try solder or braise. I'm going to try brazing it first, and then solder it, and round this one as well. And then same procedure, I'm going to put this into there, and I've got a proper pipe fitting then, The other one I did was just a bit of a bodge up to see if it worked, because it was Sunday and I didn't have the proper stuff. So with this, I've got proper fittings that won't leak, and I'll just use that pipe that's on there then and transfer it to this one, because that'll thread directly into this. So let's go see if we can do it. Back in the workshop. Right, I've drilled my hole through there for my little brass fitting, whatever it is. Here it is. So he's going to go in there. It does actually thread in. It's the perfect size hole. But I'm going to try and well, I'm going to braise around it. I'm going to try and braise that in place. I've got some aluminium brazing rods. I'm not sure if they're going to work or not. There we go, in he goes. Worst case, I'll just solder it in. So let's have a go. Let's see what we can do with this. So I'm back at my incredibly untidy bench table. Get my gloves on. This is the stuff. It's supposed to be that you can weld without thingy stuff, but never had much luck with it. But it might work for this. So I've just stuck it in my vise. All I'm going to do with the torch, get it up and melt this stuff around it and see what we come up with. Let's have a go. Turn the gas on, that helps. Right, I think I've got it. It looks pretty good, if you can see in there. I don't know. It's not very pretty. It's been very, very hot. But it looks as though I've got a really good seal down there. It did warp, so I've just bent this a bit with a bar, and it's absolutely solid. So, see if I can get this brazed onto the bend now. Should be fun. Right, okay, so it's done. I've only done it halfway around, because theoretically the water should never come above the level of the bottom of that hole anyway. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to stick a pipe on it and fill it full of water and check it leaks before I put it on. Yes, wonderful. So I'll just let it cool off a bit and I'll go and do that. Right, so here we are at the flue testing facility, water hot retention testing facility. I'm just going to pour the water in till it comes out of that hole, which is as high as the levels should ever technically get. It'll drain naturally like that, and then we'll wait and see if anything comes out of the joints. So we'll give that a little while and see. Well, that appears pretty good. No leaks at all. Very, very nice. Absolutely bone dry. So I'm going to put the fittings on, put my pipe back on, put it back in place, and yeah, we'll find out tonight, I guess. But yeah, that's a pretty good result. I knew that stuff would come in useful for something one day. Right, so it's done. That's pretty strong, that is. Look at that. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to put a bit of grease around here to facilitate removal in the future, and then I'll have to drill a hole through to stop it sliding off, because I've had this experience before, to put this little bar through. That'll hold it in place. So I'm going to get it up there, get it back in situ. So there we go, take 273. We'll find out later if it works. I'm pretty confident this time. I'm pretty happy with that. So we'll see later when we have a fire.
Well, while we're on the subject of fires, my goodness me, this flue has been a nightmare. We've just had a visit this morning from Chris from Tales from the Cave Side. Lillian came to see us last Friday, if you remember, bearing gifts, and Chris has just delivered us this book, which one of our subscribers kindly sent us for Christmas to our box in Lamb Romana, and we've just not been able to get over there to collect it. But Chris has kindly delivered it to us this morning, so thank you, Chris. It was lovely to see you. Hope Dover's all right. Bless him, he's got a puppy that's just been to have the operation this morning, like our boys did earlier. So I hope he's all right. Big hug from me. Sorry, get my teeth in. Yeah, so this is the book, the log book, Getting the Best from Your Wood Burning Stove. Just what we need. And inside it says, to Andy and Sharon, hope you had a great Christmas. This book helped me. I hope it helps you. Regards, Nigel and Christina. So thank you so much, guys, and we shall look forward to reading that.
It's the morning again. Good morning, everyone. Beautiful, beautiful day. As you can see by the sky behind me up there. It's forecast to get up to 24 Celsius next week, which is 75 Fahrenheit. Perfect for January. The biggest problem is it's so cold overnight. It's still down around 0 to 1 degrees, 32, 33 Fahrenheit at night. It's a vast temperature difference, 20 odd degrees. Huge. But anyway, not to worry, it's all good. It's lovely, beautiful days is what we like. It's great for the solar. The flue, absolute massive result on that. You can see it there, it's absolutely spotless, not a drop on it, not a drop on the floor. It's working perfectly, and I can easily remove that bend to sweep that bit up there when I need to. So that's a result, so one less thing to worry about. We've got a busy day ahead of us today. I don't know how much we're going to get done. We need some more carrots for Donkey and Goatee. Catsy's not been so well, bless him. He's having a bit of trouble doing his business. Sharon spoke with the vet yesterday and recommended we go to the chemist and get this thing, I can't remember the name of it. And so Sharon's got to pop into town and do that. And we've got another delivery of wood coming in a little while as well. So we've got a lot, and our Koya mats arrive. So hopefully, if we get everything else done before, we'll be able to have a look at that in a little bit. So we'll crack on. That's all that's left of that massive pile of wood that we got early December. This pile on the left is the pile I'm currently chopping up from the almond trees that we were given. Still quite a lot left, but we can't use that yet because it needs to dry out. So we're going to leave that all summer and then use it next winter. But yeah, so we've got another delivery coming. He should be here, he said, between 12 and 1, which is any time now in the next hour. So we're just waiting out for him. And while I'm waiting, I'm going to water the potatoes, the carrots, the leeks, and everything else we've got going. Because it hasn't rained, well, for weeks and weeks now. I think we've had about 2 millimetres since the beginning of December, in the last 2 months. So we need to keep on watering. So it's a good use of time while I'm waiting for him. And also while I'm waiting, I'm going to see if I can turn the little first pile that we're trying to compost the donkey manure. It's been under a black sheet. I've got some more black sheets for the rest of it. It's getting time to do it, that's the problem. So another perfect opportunity to have a look. That's actually breaking down really, really well. It's warm now and I'm out of breath. So I'm going to give it a good wetting and cover it back over and yeah, let it carry on. It's working though. Right, it's all covered up. Don't know what we're going to do with this ever increasing pile here. I think when that other pile in front, that's just sticks that we use for kindling for the fire. So when they're gone I will move them. and then split this one up. That other pile's nearly ready, it can go on the land, and I think we'll probably just end up with 3 piles that we keep rotating. Nothing we've ever done before, it's new to us, so we're on a learning curve, but it's working, we're making compost.
Well, as Andy said, Catsy's not well, and I've just been upstairs, got myself sorted, and I can't stop thinking that I should take him to the vet. We might be treating him for one thing and he might have something else, so I'm not taking any chances. It was bad enough having to leave Tabby because it was New Year. So we're off to the vets again.
And the wood's here. There it is, 1.6 tons something. Apparently they don't have a scale where they are, so they just load it up to what they think might be more or less the 2 tons that I asked for, and they weigh it on the way and then charge us accordingly. But yeah, that should last us out the rest of the winter now, hopefully, and then by next winter we should have a good start with our own almond. So next on the list is a couple of sacks of carrots for Donkey and Goatee. Unfortunately I have to wait till Sharon gets back from the vets with Catsy, but hopefully she shouldn't be too long and then we'll get round there. We're getting through our job slowly.
So, poor Catsy, he's now in hospital on a drip. As soon as we got him out the cat box and the vet felt all his tummy, she said it was not as we thought it was constipated, it was his bladder. She said it's absolutely solid. So she had to shave all his tummy and do an ultrasound, and she showed me on the screen it was absolutely full of little white crystals, which obviously he couldn't then pass water. She asked me how long he'd been like it. I said it was only yesterday, but we don't know. He'd probably been like it a while because he goes outside, he doesn't use a tray, and it was just yesterday that we happened to notice he was struggling. So glad I took him. She put a catheter in. He even struggled with that because his little tiny penis was blocked with crystals as well. But she managed to get that in, and she took some blood, and I had to wait for the results. His kidneys are in failure. But hopefully, now he's on a drip. She said it should flush them through, and he's had a big antibiotic injection. She's going to keep him in for 4 days, take the catheter out after 2 days, and hopefully keep him in for another 2 days to check that he is able to then pass water himself. She's going to let me know how he gets on. The next 24 hours are crucial, so she's going to let us know, and we just have to wait. Poor Catsy.
So yeah, poor Catsy. Fingers crossed he's alright. We'll find out soon enough, I suppose. But yeah, fingers crossed for him. In the meantime, we've still got all the others to look after, and we need to go and get these carrots for Donkey and Goatee. So we'll pop round there now. So we're back at the carrot mountain. Sharon's found all the dogs again. All the dogs have found Sharon. Poor things. And another fresh mountain today. So we're going to fill a couple of sacks and get back, and Donkey and Goatee will be very happy if Sharon can put the dogs down and give me a hand.
Good boy. Good boy.
There we go. 2 massive sacks full of carrots. Excellent. Right, let's get back. There's so many abandoned, derelict places. Even we pass a couple or 3 in this short journey from ours. The problem is finding out who owns them and how to buy them if you wanted to buy them. But they are out there. You two be wanting a carrot then?
Come on then, what do you want? do you want? Goatee is right straight there. Donkey. Yeah, babe.
Donkey goes crazy for him, doesn't he? Right, they're happy now.
Hello.
Well, we've lost a lot of time today, but it can't be helped. Sometimes life gets in the way. But we have got our matting for upstairs for the hay loft. This is the one for the entrance hall, and this is the one, the big long one, that's going from the other door, oh, a bit heavier that one, up the side. So at least we can get it out of the car and get it up there. And we'll see if we can have a look at it. So back upstairs again. One mat's going down this run here against the wall there, which will meet up to the wooden floorboards on that part of the room. The other mat is going in here. It's the same width as this one we've got, and I actually need to trim off where this wall comes through there, well, a little piece. We're not going to mess about with that just yet, because we want to get all this new wood that I put in oiled and dry. Then we can get the mat in, then we can work on building the stone up around it, and that'll be finished.
Well folks, that brings us to the end of another video.
We've run out of time again.
Run out of time, just not enough hours in the day. And
yeah.
Things happen, unforeseen things happen, so we have no control. And yeah, poor Catsy needed to go to the vet.
Yeah, when they need it, don't
Absolutely.
they? We can't choose when.
Yeah.
He's ill, he's set us back, but we just hope that he's alright, because he's more important than a bit of linseed oil and a bit of matting on the floor.
Yeah. So hopefully that'll be in the next video and you'll see the finished product.
Yes, we want to get this completely finished. So the bathroom's completely finished, the bedroom's nearly
90%.
completely finished, but I need to build like a wardrobe in there, but it's not important because it's fully functional and working.
Yeah.
And then once this is boxed off, once we've got this step done, stoned in here, we can then work on this step. We can put the other mat down here, work out this step where it needs to be, get that in, and then we can get the floor down in this side, and that will be a joy.
That'll be fun.
Because I'll have to kick my shoes off when I come through the door over there, and not have to sit around in my boots in case I've got to go downstairs again. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. We hope you've enjoyed the video and following our progress. If you have, and you're not already, please consider subscribing to the channel. It doesn't cost anything. Little red button down there says subscribe on it. If you click the little bell and select all, YouTube will notify you every time we upload a video, which is currently
Sunday and Thursday.
And thank you so much for watching, as always. Thank you to all the subscribers. A massive welcome to all the new subscribers.
Yes.
We've had loads.
Yeah.
And of course, thanks to all the people that have supported the channel. We'll see you on Thursday.